Let's take a look at sports news now. Here's Ayotunde Balogun.
Betway, the premium online sports betting experience, is now live in Nigeria.
Many thanks, Ijoma. Aimba has broke stages of the CAF Confederation Cup after playing a barren draw against Bidvest Wits of South Africa in the second leg playoff tie in Calabar. The People's Elephant qualified on the away goals rule following a 1-0 draw in the first leg 2 weeks ago in Johannesburg. Aqua United crashed out of the competition on the away goals rule despite defeating Al Hilal of Sudan 3-1 in Uyo. MFM also crashed out of the competition after playing a goalless draw at Joliba of Mali. The Nigeria Football Federation, the NFF, has approved a 200 million naira grant to 3 tiers of the domestic league system. The affected leagues are the Nigerian National League, the Nigerian Nationwide League and the Nigerian Women Football League. The NFF explained that the grant, which will be reviewed annually, is expected to help the leagues attain financial stability. The leagues have been cash-strapped, forcing several postponements to the start of the current season. The Football League in the Democratic Republic of Congo has been suspended after the president of the country's Football Association, Constant Omari, was detained in an embezzlement probe. Omari faces investigation along with the country's Secretary General for Sport, Second Vice President and Chief Financial Officer Roger Bondembe. And that's a wrap in sports news. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Betway, the premium online sports betting experience, is now live in Nigeria.
Thanks a lot, Ayotunde. Currently, 1.2 billion people lack access to affordable, clean electricity, but population and economic growth are outpacing electrification efforts. Experts have warned it's likely that government's energy access goals will not be met. Participants at the 4th Berlin Energy Transition Dialogue talk about the challenges involved. Our correspondent Ayola Kasim reports.
Cooking shouldn't be this dangerous. But this is the reality in many countries in Africa and across the world. They are faced with an impossible dilemma. Don't cook with solid fuels or don't eat a cooked meal. Being poor condemns half of humanity to dependence on polluting household energy practices.
How can we decost, cook stoves, for instance? How do we get motivated? How do we get moved and say, look, not on my watch. I'm a smart engineer, I'm a smart country. Let's get motivated to get those products at the price point that people in Africa can afford.
It is believed that there is a great opportunity for the renewable energy market in Africa, but the challenge has been how to reduce costs as well as scarcity of bankable projects in these markets.
I don't think you should underestimate the risk from the perceived perception of an investor of a public sector utility which is in fact bankrupt. And your financier says, 20 years? Really? They're bankrupt. I mean, this is the case in sub-Saharan Africa, in many parts of Southeast Asia, and certainly in Latin America.
The risks, no doubt, are many, but the participants at this year's Berlin Energy Transition Dialogue, though from different backgrounds, share a common enthusiasm for transition to renewable energy.
The benefits need to reach all people, and protecting the climate must not be a program for the elite. I therefore believe that the future lies in a cooperative climate and energy policy in which people participate. And this is not only true of national level, but also of international level.
What has been driving the conversation is the need to reduce carbon dioxide emission. So as players in the energy sector are leaving Berlin, they're expected to think more about innovative ways to reduce risk and prices associated with the renewable energy market so that more people can have access. From Berlin, I'm Ayola Kasim reporting for Channels Television News.
U.S. President Donald Trump has confirmed CIA Director Mike Pompeo did meet with North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un. The surprise visit marks the highest level contact between the United States and North Korea since 2000. Very little is known about the talks, other than they were meant to prepare for the forthcoming summit between the two leaders. And the main news again. Some suspected thugs today stormed the National Assembly and took away the mace from the Senate. The Senate has, however, given the police 24 hours to recover the symbol of authority in the upper legislative chamber. Also today, the federal government ordered the probe of the Senate invasion as lawmakers in the House of Representatives called for the overhaul of the National Assembly security. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Onyato. Have a good night.